Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Secret of Us Coins, the place where the hidden treasures of American history come alive in the form of small, ordinary-looking coins that secretly hold life-changing value. You see, not all coins are created equal. Some are nothing more than pocket change, but a few rare ones, a very few, are like buried treasure that history itself forgot to tell you about. And today I'm revealing 5 of the most ultra-rare steel wheat pennies that are shaking up the US coin auction market right now. These are not ordinary collectibles. These are treasures that can make you feel like you've unlocked a vault of fortune, the kind of fortune collectors dream about their entire lives. Stay with me, because each coin I am about to show you hides secrets most collectors do not even know. We're talking about coins that look dirty, worn, or common to the naked eye, but behind that humble appearance lies a value so enormous it can change how you see a single penny forever. And trust me, when I reveal the current market price of today's first coin, you're going to feel the rush in your chest. Because it is not just a coin, it's a treasure chest in disguise, and its value is climbing every single day. Coin number 1. The year was 1940. The United States stood at the edge of a turning point in history, with the world caught in the storm of World War II. Back home, the humble wheat penny continued to circulate in millions. But among those millions, a rare few survived with unique characteristics, marking them as special treasures decades later. This coin, the 1940 wheat penny, without a mint mark, carries a story deeper than most people realize. Made primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, this penny was never expected to live beyond its daily use in grocery stores, gas stations, and coffee shops. Yet here it is today, still alive, still holding secrets, and still sparking bidding wars in the modern auction market. Now, what makes this coin so special? Let us break it down. First, the absence of a mint mark immediately raises eyebrows. Normally, coins minted in Denver or San Francisco bear their respective D or S marks. But this 1940 issue was struck in Philadelphia, and it carries no mint mark at all. While at first glance it may seem ordinary, collectors know that the absence of that little letter can mean the difference between common change and a collectible worth hundreds of thousands. But rarity doesn't end there. This particular coin has survived in dirty, weathered condition. And let me tell you something important. Collectors do not just chase the shiny, perfect coins. Sometimes it is the aged, gritty survivor coins that tell the most powerful story. A dirty wheat penny from 1940 isn't just metal. It's a time capsule of the 1940s, a witness to an era of ration books, soldiers shipping out, and America preparing for a global fight. The wear and dirt add to its unique identity as a one-of-a-kind survivor. Collectors worldwide crave coins like this because they are not just buying copper and zinc, they are buying history you can hold in your hand. That makes demand skyrocket, and with demand comes value that's exploding in today's auction markets. So, how much can a single dirty 1940 wheat penny without a mint mark bring today? Hold on to your seat, because the answer will shock you. The current verified market value for this coin is $174,000. Yes, you heard that right. $174,000. Think about that for a second. A coin that most people would walk past on the street, dismissing as worthless, is actually a treasure chest worth more than a house. And the truth is, its price isn't slowing down. Every year, every month, the demand grows. Auction prices are climbing higher and higher, and experts agree the market value of this coin is increasing day by day. Wait a little longer, and this treasure could soar even higher in value. Do not take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. If you ever come across this coin, you are not just holding copper. You're holding a fortune, a once-in-a-lifetime chance at wealth. It's the kind of discovery that instantly transforms an ordinary person into the proud owner of a treasure from America's past. For collectors, here is the tip. Always check your wheat pennies carefully, especially those without mint marks. Look closely, study the details, and never underestimate a coin just because it looks dirty or worn. Many people have overlooked coins like this, only to later discover they passed up a fortune. Don't make that mistake. And in conclusion, remember this. This coin is not just a piece of money. It's a piece of living history. Owning one is like holding a direct link to America's past, and at the same time, it's like holding a key to unimaginable financial reward. That's the power of the 1940 wheat penny without a mint mark. A coin that was once pocket change, now transformed into a treasure chest worth $174,000 and still climbing. And this is just coin number 1. The next coins I am about to reveal only get rarer, more exciting, and more shocking. Coin number 2. Now, if you thought the 1940 wheat penny was incredible, just wait until you hear about coin number 2. This next one doesn't just belong in the history books. It was born out of one of the most desperate and dramatic times in American history. And its story is so unique, so filled with mystery, that holding one feels like holding a piece of the Second World War itself. We're talking about the 1943 steel wheat penny without a mint mark. A coin that looks almost ordinary, but behind that ordinary look is a story of survival, rarity, and wealth beyond what most people would ever expect from a single penny. Picture this. It's 1943. The world is in flames. America is fully engaged in World War II, and every ounce of copper is needed for weapons, ammunition, and critical military supplies. Copper was no longer just for coins, it was a vital resource for the war effort. And so, the U.S. Mint made a bold decision. Instead of striking the familiar copper pennies, they switched to using steel coated with zinc. That year, millions of these steel wheat pennies were struck. Shiny, silvery, and unlike anything Americans had ever seen in their pockets before. But here's the catch. While millions were made, almost none survived the passage of time in good condition. Steel rusts, zinc corrodes, and most of these wartime pennies were damaged, discarded, or lost. And that's where the rarity comes in. A 1943 steel penny in fine condition is no ordinary find. It's a miracle of survival. The fact that one has endured decades without being destroyed by rust or circulation makes it a crown jewel for collectors. So what makes this coin stand out from the crowd? First, it's no mint mark design. That means it was struck in Philadelphia, the heart of American coin production. Without the D for Denver or the S for San Francisco, this version becomes part of a unique chapter in United States minting history. Second, its steel composition is instantly recognizable. Unlike the warm reddish-brown of traditional pennies, this one shines with a silvery gray glow. To the casual eye, it looks like a dime or a foreign coin, but to a collector, it is a beacon of wartime history. That silvery steel, that unusual feel, it all screams of 1943 and America's desperate need to win the war. And third, the condition. A fine condition steel penny from 1943 is extraordinary. Most of these coins didn't survive circulation, and those that did are often heavily corroded. To find valuable today, collectors around the globe hunt for this coin relentlessly. Why? Because it's not just about rarity, it's about symbolism. This coin is a symbol of sacrifice, resilience, and survival. It represents a time when every resource mattered, and yet a tiny penny managed to carry that history into the future. And because of this symbolism, demand for the 1943 steel penny has exploded in recent years. Auction houses can barely keep up with the hunger collectors have for this coin. Every time one appears, bidding wars ignite, driving its price higher and higher. So here comes the part you have been waiting for, the current market value. And remember, don't underestimate what I'm about to say, because this is no exaggeration. The 1943 steel wheat penny without mint mark in fine condition is currently valued at a jaw-dropping $155,000. Yes, $155,000 for a single penny made of steel. This isn't pocket change. This isn't just a collectible. This is a treasure, a fortune in disguise, the kind of discovery that could instantly transform your collection into something extraordinary. And the most thrilling part? The value of this coin isn't standing still. It's increasing day by day. Every auction proves it. Every sale confirms it. The market is only climbing, and those who hold onto this coin are sitting on a fortune that grows richer with time. So what should you do as a collector? Simple. Never ignore a steel penny. Always check the date carefully. Look for that 1943 and notice the absence of a mint mark. Examine its condition. Even a steel penny that looks ordinary could be one of the rare survivors. And if you find one in fine condition, understand this: you are holding a gateway to wealth, a coin that the world is racing to acquire. The 1943 steel wheat penny without mint mark is more than just metal. It's a story of America in wartime, a survivor against all odds, and a treasure that proves history and fortune often go hand in hand. Its silvery glow is more than appearance. It's a reminder that even in the darkest times, something small and humble can survive to shine decades later as a priceless jewel. For those lucky enough to own it, it is a big treasure, one that grows more valuable every single day. And remember, here on Secret of Us Coins, we bring you these faithful, trustful, and newly updated stories straight from the world of rare coins. Because every coin has a secret, and sometimes that secret is worth a fortune. Coin number 3. We've already uncovered 2 incredible treasures, but now it's time to take this journey even deeper. Coin number 3 is one that sends shockwaves through the coin community every time it appears at an auction. A coin born in the fires of war, struck with a unique mark of identity, and surviving in a condition so impressive that it has become one of the most hunted coins in America's history. Get ready, because we're about to uncover the story of the 1943 steel wheat penny with the D mint mark, in very fine condition. Let's take a trip back to Denver, Colorado, 1943. The mint there was working at full speed, supporting America's wartime economy. Copper was off the table, reserved for weapons and ammunition. Instead, pennies were struck in steel, coated with zinc, a shocking change for the American public, who were used to seeing copper's familiar reddish tone. The 1943 steel pennies became an instant curiosity. They looked more like dimes than pennies, light in the hand, and they quickly became a piece of wartime folklore. But among those millions, the ones carrying the D mint mark struck in Denver have a special place in the hearts of collectors. Why? Because while millions were produced, only a rare few survived the decades in very fine condition. Most rusted away, corroded or disappeared entirely. To hold one today is like holding a wartime artifact, preserved through the chaos of history. First is that bold D mint mark below the date. That single letter is more than just a mark. It's a stamp of identity, telling us this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Coins from Denver often have their own scarcity and collector appeal, and in the case of the 1943 steel penny, the D mint mark adds a layer of exclusivity that sends its demand skyrocketing. Second is its very fine condition. Collectors know this. Steel is unforgiving. It rusts, it corrodes, it weakens. And yet this coin has stood the test of time, still retaining sharp details in Lincoln's portrait, the wheat stalks on the reverse, and the clean strike of the date and mint mark. For a steel penny, this is nothing short of miraculous. And third, its historical weight. This isn't just a penny, it's a relic. It represents America's ingenuity during the darkest days of the 1940s, when even something as small as a penny had to be reshaped to support the war effort. That's why collectors don't just see metal here, they see history frozen in time. The rarity of this coin lies in both its mint mark and its survival. Denver-struck coins are always in demand, but a 1943 steel wheat penny in very fine condition? That's the kind of coin that sparks a fire in the auction world. And here's the truth. Collectors are not just casually bidding on these. They are fighting over them. When one of these coins comes to market, bidding wars erupt. The hunger for this coin is so intense because every serious collector wants one in their collection. Owning this coin is like having the crown jewel of wartime coinage. So how much treasure are we talking about here? Hold on tight, because the number is staggering. The 1943 steel wheat penny with D mint mark in very fine condition currently commands a market value of $160,000. That's right, $160,000 for a coin you could easily mistake for common pocket change. But make no mistake, this is no ordinary penny. This is big money, a treasure that could redefine your collection overnight. And the most powerful part? Its value is not static. It's alive, growing, and climbing higher every single day. Every auction proves it. Collectors are willing to pay more and more for this coin, turning it into a fortune that only grows as time goes on. Don't take this lightly. This is not fiction. This is fact. A coin worth more than gold, more than silver, more than most people would ever expect from a penny. This coin is nothing less than a treasure chest in your hand. For collectors, here's the golden rule. Always study your 1943 pennies carefully. Look for that D mint mark, examine the condition, and remember, appearance can be deceiving. Even a coin that looks common could secretly be one of these rare survivors. If you find one in very fine condition, understand this, you are looking at a life-changing treasure. Collectors who invest in coins like this aren't just buying metal, they're buying history, they're buying rarity, and most importantly, they're buying a treasure that grows more valuable by the day. The 1943 steel wheat penny with D mint mark in very fine condition is a story of survival, rarity, and fortune. From the war-torn 1940s to the booming auction houses of today, this coin has traveled through time to become one of the most desirable and valuable pennies in the world. It's not just money. It's not just metal. It's a treasure from America's past, a symbol of resilience, and a fortune waiting for those lucky enough to find it. Here on Secret of Us Coins, we bring you these faithful, trustful, and newly updated stories every day so you never miss the chance to uncover a hidden treasure of your own. Coin number 4. We've already uncovered coins that could turn an ordinary pocket change into a lifetime fortune. But now, it's time to reveal one that takes the excitement to another level. Coin number 4 may look rugged, dirty, and far from perfect, but make no mistake, this coin is a giant in disguise. This is the 1943 steel wheat penny without a mint mark, in dirty condition. A coin that proves you do not need a shiny, polished surface to hold unimaginable value. Sometimes, it's the humble survivors that carry the biggest treasures. The year was 1943. America was in the midst of World War II, and the mint had switched from copper to steel coated with zinc, all to preserve copper for the war effort. Millions of steel pennies were struck, and yet most were destined for short, rough lives in circulation. Steel was never meant to last in the hands of everyday people. It rusted, corroded, and wore down fast. But among those countless coins, a rare few endured. And that brings us to this very coin, a 1943 steel wheat penny without mint mark, minted in Philadelphia and somehow surviving the decades, even in dirty, weathered condition. Don't underestimate that condition. Because here's the truth. Dirty coins can carry stories that pristine coins never could. Every mark, every layer of grime is a reminder that this penny lived through an era when America was fighting for its survival. It's not just a coin, it's a battle-scarred relic of the 1940s. First, the absence of a mint mark. While Denver and San Francisco struck their own steel pennies, the Philadelphia Mint's coins carried no mark at all. That lack of a letter transforms the coin into a distinct identity straight from the nation's oldest mint. Second, the steel composition. Its silvery tone makes it stand out instantly from the traditional copper pennies, and that visual difference alone gives it a powerful presence in any collection. Third, and most fascinating, is its dirty condition. Now, this may sound strange, but to collectors, this isn't a weakness, it's a badge of authenticity. A coin that still holds its integrity despite decades of circulation, rust threats, and exposure is considered a true survivor. And that survival story makes it highly desirable. Collectors all over the world crave these dirty condition survivors. Why? Because they represent real history. These aren't museum-polished showpieces, they're living artifacts. And here's the kicker. Demand for this coin has skyrocketed because so few of them remain in collectible form. The ones that do appear in auctions ignite bidding frenzies. Dirty or not, this coin is the dream of any serious collector. Its rarity is unquestionable, and its demand is through the roof. The 1943 steel wheat penny without mint mark, in dirty condition, currently commands a market value of $172,000. Yes, you heard me correctly. $172,000 for a coin that many people might dismiss as worthless at first glance. But collectors know the truth. This is no ordinary penny. This is a big treasure, a fortune hidden in plain sight. And the best part? Its value is not fixed. It is climbing higher every single day. Every auction, every sale pushes it further into the stratosphere. The market is alive, and this coin is leading the charge. Don't take this as exaggeration, it's the truth. A dirty penny that most would throw away could actually be a key to life-changing wealth. That's the kind of story that makes this coin legendary. Here's the advice for collectors. Never ignore condition too quickly. Even if a steel penny looks dirty, grimy, or unimpressive, take a closer look. The date, the the absence of the mint mark, and the survival of details are what matter most. Many fortunes have been overlooked simply because someone dismissed a coin that didn't shine. Be the collector who sees beyond the surface. That's where the real treasures are found. The 1943 steel wheat penny without mint mark, dirty condition, is a coin that proves appearances can be deceiving. From the war years of the 1940s to the booming auctions of today, it has traveled through time, carrying with it the scars of history and the glow of treasure. Today, it stands as a reminder that value isn't about perfection, it's about survival, rarity, and demand. And at $172,000 and climbing, this coin is nothing less than a treasure chest waiting in your pocket. And remember, here at Secret of Us Coins, we bring you the most faithful, trustful, and newly updated stories of rare coins every single day. Because each coin has a secret, and sometimes that secret is worth a fortune. Coin number 5. We've reached the climax of our countdown. The first 4 coins have already shown us how an ordinary-looking penny can secretly be a fortune waiting to be discovered. But now, coin number 5 brings us to the edge of shock, history, and treasure all rolled into one. This is the 1943 steel wheat penny with the S mint mark, in very fine condition. A coin that collectors worldwide are chasing with relentless passion. A coin that has turned the auction market into a battlefield, and a coin that could be the crown jewel of your collection. The year 1943, the location San Francisco, California. While Philadelphia and Denver were also producing their wartime steel pennies, the San Francisco Mint carried its own legacy. Known for striking coins with precision and limited mintages, the letter S mint mark became a signal to collectors that a coin was part of a smaller, more exclusive batch. The composition, as with all 1943 pennies, was steel-coated with zinc. A silvery, metallic shine replaced the familiar copper. But while millions were made, the San Francisco strike has always held a special place because fewer were produced compared to Philadelphia. That scarcity, paired with the survival of only a small fraction in collectible condition, makes this coin a standout among all 1943 steel pennies. First, that S mint mark. Sitting just below the date, it immediately identifies the coin as a product of the San Francisco Mint. Collectors know that mint marks are everything when it comes to rarity and value, and in this case, the letter S transforms a steel penny into a treasure. Second, its very fine condition. For a steel coin that is prone to rust and corrosion, surviving with such sharp details intact is nothing short of miraculous. Lincoln's portrait still stands proud, the wheat stalks remain strong, and the overall definition tells us this coin has defied time itself. And third, its story. This is not just any 1943 penny, it's a coin that whispers the tale of America's West Coast in the 1940s, of factories working day and night, of ships being built for war, and of San Francisco's role in supporting a nation under pressure. That's why owning this coin isn't just owning metal, it's owning a chapter of American resilience. The demand for the 1943 S steel penny is off the charts. Collectors know that San Francisco coins often come in smaller numbers, and when you combine that with a war-era strike and very fine condition, you get a rarity that sets the auction market on fire. Every time one of these coins surfaces, bidding wars erupt. Auction rooms and online platforms light up with competitive energy because everyone wants this coin. And the truth is, there simply aren't enough to satisfy the hunger of serious collectors. That's why the price has been surging, climbing higher with every passing year. Now, let's talk about what this coin is worth. And prepare yourself, because this is where the excitement peaks. The 1943 steel wheat penny with S mint mark in very fine condition is currently valued at $165,000. Yes, $165,000 for a single penny. Think about that. A coin most people would never glance at twice is actually a treasure chest, a fortune hiding in plain sight. And the truth is, its value is not slowing down. It's increasing day by day, climbing to new heights with every auction. This is not fiction. I am telling you the truth. If you hold this coin, you are holding not just a piece of history, but a big treasure, the kind of treasure that could make you rich overnight and only grows richer as time passes. For collectors, here is the secret. Always check your wheat pennies for mint marks. That little S can mean the difference between an ordinary penny and a life-changing discovery. And remember, condition matters. Very fine examples like this are rare beyond imagination. If you ever find one, do not underestimate it. Treat it like the treasure it truly is. And there you have it, 5 of the most ultra-rare and valuable steel wheat pennies in the world. Each one a survivor, each one a symbol of history, and each one a treasure chest hiding in plain sight. From the dirty survivors to the very fine gems, from Philadelphia to Denver to San Francisco, these coins prove that even the smallest, most ordinary-looking piece of change can hold the power to change lives. The 1943 steel wheat penny with S mint mark in very fine condition is the perfect way to end this countdown because it embodies everything collectors dream of: history, rarity, resilience, and wealth. At $165,000 and climbing, this coin is not just a collectible, it's a once-in-a-lifetime fortune. And remember, here at Secret of Us Coins, we bring you faithful, trustful, and newly updated stories of rare treasures every single day. So if you want to stay ahead of the coin world, hit that like button, subscribe, and join our journey, because you never know when the next coin story could unlock a treasure waiting for you.